So the question is whether pets, especially dogs, are family or just property. I would say neither, because we don't own them; they belong to God, and we just treat them, humanely and so on. I just wonder why people take animals, especially dogs, and try to call it family. It's not family. I mean, I know they're just using the word loosely, but over time it becomes to take on meaning as though it's real family. And I know we all are related because we all came through Seth, through Adam. But animals were separate, and God never put animals on the level of humans. To be family, especially primary family now, while we're all related, still you can marry a girl over there and still don't have genetic defects as if you marry somebody that, close family and so on. There's no genetic, we don't have to even go along that line. But how then people come to a place where they put in animals as members of the family? People trying to say that animals are smarter than humans, dogs are smarter than humans. And I just cannot see that. A moron child will be able to bring you some water. I'm sure if you call 911, could answer a few questions, can go to the grocery store, they can do so many things for a human. But people say the dog died with police and all this stupidness, the dog will know when you get a heart attack. And if that is the case where a dog does recognize, and how did they know this dog recognized somebody who's going to have a heart attack? Did they bring the medication and put it there? Or advise the doctor that this person, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that there's a possibility why. Because animals are not given the capacity we have and the faculty of to think and to have a conscience and so on. They're conditioned, and God is the one who protects them. And He say if there's going to be a big fire or forest fire in some place, and you see animals leaving, it's God is driving them out of there. The angels are driving them out of there. You see the butterfly go up in a certain stream and then head across to Mexico. It's God that is gathering them up, take them up, and then bring them over to Mexico so they can survive the winter. But people now want to start saying, oh, shit, they're smart. I know, of course, the psalmist had said, both the ant, dog, sluggard, consider our ways and their lives. And how they gather in the summer and hibernate in the winter and so on. And yes, they do things because God is guiding them, and we don't have to necessarily do the things they do to be wise or whatever. But we, in the human sphere, need to do the things that make sense. When you're a young child, you need to work hard, and what you need to do is get the education done, finish, college and university and so on. You get over, you get married, you have your kids, you get ready to die and to go away. But you see, this goes back to the early childhood and many of these people who are now becoming the baby boomers. They're starting this animal thing with Sesame Street and the markets and Clover and the cartoons and the whole nine yards. Plus, along with that, you find that many parents are working, both parents are working, so there's nobody really cheering to relate to. So there's the dog, they try to relate to the dog, they try to watch the cartoons on television, the Sesame Street and so forth. So now these animals are featured significantly into their mental, into their minds, becoming significant others, like they're taking the place of a human person as a teacher, because animals will teach them how to count, and it's so dumb for a child to sit down and say, dog, teaching them how to count. I would get home, how to there? I recall as a child, we had a song from Lovely Britain. Froggy went courting and he did white and horse and got married to this girl over there. And then you have the next one where two stools were riding a bike going to school and so on. And one of our policemen says that if he was white, he'd be some bucket fool because the stupidness that these stories were teaching. Mind you, there's still something that you could have learned as opposed to becoming that dumb to believe that this group would ride a bike or that the frog would court and get married. There were other things. I recall a story in which this crow wanted to drink some water out of the pitcher, and the water was so low, he and got pebbles put in it and he drank water. And I said, oh, look at that. And you could sort of ping back on that and go to the next level. If something is a problem, you try to solve it with another way and solve that problem and so on. You take it to, if you're manufacturing and you have certain wastes, you make sure you know how you will neutralize that waste before polluting the environment and having a whole bunch of waste on hand. Perhaps if you can find a way to economically or with subsidies neutralize the waste, then maybe the production ain't worth it because you don't pollute the place and you don't charge a whole bunch of money to clean it up. You end up losing now instead of having $1 million cost $3 million to clean it up. So that is what that will do. But here it is that I believe that Sesame Street and mostly these educational shows featuring voodoo and animals as teachers, and so now that they've grown up and being lonely, only child, who's latchkey born, nobody return, dog, and this and that. And so some folks all could really close the dog because the dog was at home and they're trying to understand the dog, trying to talk to the dog and so on. And now that they have families, they say, well, oh, this was my family because this dog taught me in school. On Sesame Street or the television, it was a part of the cartoon scenario. And this is all the fun I had when I was growing up, so bringing it into the family. And also, it is typical of our age. I mean, if the government were to give people information, when they die, they might give an order that the dog should also be killed and buried with them. I mean, or they bury in a sepulchre, on a big tomb, and then they leave a section when the dog dies and put him in there too. I don't know if the city will allow that, but I mean, people having sex with the dogs and other animals. And the pharaohs, for example, I mean, you see where they're finding cats and dogs and other animals with them. I'm not sure if they killed them to bury them or there was a place for them to. But I think they might have killed them because there was such a secret entrance and they didn't want to have to be going back in there. They would kill the people who took them, to build it and who buried the body and so on, so that they don't reveal the secret so people could rob their graves. But it was curious to see that the kings and these pharaohs have dogs buried with them, so it seems as if animals back then was also important. And perhaps, I'm not sure if the early pharaohs had dogs with them, or whether it's the ones just before Babylon knocked them off. So be careful now if we get into this animal thing, and it put us in a place where we're out of reality, out of thinking straight. The next thing to do is just to be laid aside and so on. I know that, of course, the times in which we live, there's going to be no time for that. This is it. So don't get too wrapped up in animals and don't think straight and bring the end of the time on us, because people come with some fictitious stuff. I mean, but they're not thinking, they're behaving just like animals. Let us go and shoot at Iraq and Afghanistan, everything will be good. And not realizing this thing could be a 100-year war. You see what I'm saying? So be careful with these animal things that folks going on to. Maybe having a pet, maybe helps children to be responsible. We have to clean the dog, we have to take care of this, we have to do that, and maybe help them to be responsible. But taking to the next level where now they're going to become so dependent on the dog and respect the dog so much, and we're going to have to call them family members and have them eating out of there. They take the food, put a spoon in the mouth, put a spoon in the dog mouth. I mean, oh man, you see people doing some mess. The dog will look the ice cream cone and they're going to indoors. Dog, this nasty dog going to be big, smelling bad, put a kiss in the hug and up and like, oh please man, we need to stop this kind of thing. It's becoming very ridiculous.